everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Christine Santos. I'm a video journalist, media educator, and founder of Epic Generation. We are a proud Media Literacy Week collaborator, and so we bring you this Break the Fake workshop, how to tell what's true online. Because it's so easy to copy and share things online, it's important to find out where something originally came from before you decide whether or not to trust it. Someone might have shared it with you on social media, or a news story might be based on someone else's story. One easy way to find the original source is to use a search engine. We might wonder if this post that seems to show a US senator displaying a picture of Aquaman to Congress is real. As we already saw, pictures are easy to fake. And pictures where someone is holding a sign are especially easy because you just have to change what's on the sign. So now let's try this. Let's try this exercise and do a search for his name. So the senator's name is Mike Lee, and put Aquaman and C-SPAN, where the picture supposedly came from. Okay. Now you can open the link to C-SPAN in a new tab and check it out. So Mike Lee, Aquaman, C-SPAN. Let's see what it says. So going to C-SPAN, we see that it actually does come from C-SPAN's footage of the US Congress. So that was real. Now here's another one. Another way to find out if a photo like this one of astronomer Carl Sagan is real is to do a reverse image search. So click on the image, then right click and select copy image location. Okay. Now you can go to this website called tineye.com. Okay, and then paste the address there. And let's see what it's going to come back with. Okay, so now if you pasted it there, you can sort the results to show the oldest first. Okay, sort by oldest to newest. So now all the oldest pictures will show up first, and we can see right away that there's a different version of the photo. If you look at something that was posted back in 2008, he was holding up this sign, but there's diagrams on it. But then if you look at the most recent one, or the more recent pictures, you'll see that it's now words that are there. So somebody had altered it, okay? So because the two are exactly the same, except for what's in the sign, then it's most likely that the older one is the original. Now, even if something you see is real, it may not be what the source that shared them says they are. So this photo, for example, is not actually of Charlie Chaplin, but it's an actress named Tell Me Talia. But you can see that the person who shared it says it was Charlie Chaplin. It is a real photo, but it's not Charlie Chaplin, right? It was an actress. Okay, so that's why you need to follow links in a story until you get to where information actually came from. Now, that's especially important in social networks where we usually pay more attention to who shared something with us instead of where it originally came from. So like this one was from Matthew Johnson, but actually he shared something from Media Smarts. And so what we actually should be paying attention to is where it originally came from. Okay? If there aren't links, look for phrases like the New York Times reported, or the word source at the top or the bottom of the story. So if something presents you with facts or statistics, but doesn't tell you where they came from, then there's no way to know if you can trust them. Now, this story from the Bleacher Report claims that breakdancing and skateboarding are going to become official Olympic events. When we scroll down a bit, we see that it's based on earlier stories from Reuters and the Associated Press, which are both reliable sources. So to make sure that the Bleacher Report is giving us an accurate picture of what those sources reported, we can follow the links. Okay, so right-click to open them in the new tabs, and we see that the story is true. Now, make sure though that a story really is from that source. Lots of websites, including many reliable sites like the Reuters News Service, carry sponsored content, paid links to stories on other sites. So as you see here in this example, you see it at the top, you see them on the side. So sometimes you may click on those other ones and it veers you off to a different site, which may not be a reliable source. Now, if there aren't links in the story, you can do a search for the topic plus the source that are given. So like this, you can type in breakdancing Olympics and add the source like Reuters, and it will show you if there's any article that was made by that company that should have been the source. We can also use a reverse image search to see if a photo really is what it seems to be. So according to this tweet, this photo shows a terrible mess left behind after an environmentalist protest. But following the steps we learned a few minutes ago shows that the picture is actually from a concert in 2014. So now it's your turn. Now give this a try. Did explorers really find hundreds of animals that were thought to be extinct at a place called the Lost City of the Monkey God? So take a few minutes to find the original source of this story and see if it's true or not. I'm going to give you a few seconds to try it out. You can either go to bit.ly monkey god. You can try some of the techniques that we've tried earlier and verify if this story, find out where this story originally came from, okay, and if that story is real. So it probably didn't take you very long to see that this story was true, even though you may have no reason to think All That's Interesting, or ATI, which is the company that first posted it, is a very reliable source. When you scroll down just a bit, we can see that the story actually came from The Independent, which is a well-known British newspaper. But what if you don't know whether The Independent was a reliable source? And how do we know that this is their real website anyway? So we'll answer all those questions when we look at the third step, verify the source.